Chapter 880. Thinking of escaping? Doubtful. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Pod-D-Cast, the world's premier, exclusive One Piece podcast every time. I'm the best guy ever, and this is Hippocrit.
Exclusive in that there's no other One Piece podcasts. Disregard all of them. They're just speculating. We are the only ones who actually read it and understand it.
Those other guys just make up bullshit about stories. They could read the new Tokyo Ghoul, and they're like, hey, check out this new One Piece. It's a bunch of bullshit. You don't want that. You want the actual One Piece. We're the only ones who review the right series in our One Piece review series. It's funny because it's 100% accurate. Okay, so we're talking about chapter 880, No Way Out.
Oh.
So here we go.
Well, this is, I think, I have remembered, because people have said in the comments, you should read it on Japanese box instead of manga stream. And I am reading a different version from you, it seems, because the title of this one is Chance of Escape, 0%. So I think it sounds cool.
That's intense. That does sound more intense. People have been saying that, and you know what? I should at least investigate trying to compare the two scans and see
Shall I send you a link?
Better.
You just read it? Or do you want to...
Sure. Go ahead and send me that one. We'll do that one. That's cool. All right, here we go. An exclusive. Japanese box. Yes, good. Chance of escape 0%. Okay, that is so different from No Way Out. I just in terms of the grammatical structure of that, I really wonder which one is more accurate. Okay, but no matter. So here we are. Cover page. Tales of the self-proclaimed Straw Hat Grand Fleet. Self-proclaimed? What? That was never implied in the manga stream fucking translation. Okay, whatever. Volume 14, Psy Arc. To think that I even thought of letting him be my 26th husband. Says Big Muscle Lady.
Yeah, so
her cool
turns
boys.
out she's got plenty of husbands, and she's a very strong,
Hooray!
independent woman. Doesn't even matter that he's marrying someone else, so it's good for her, and also hilarious. This husband club is, I like it.
Hilarious and totally removes Psy from any like moral complications of this situation. Hooray for that. How nice.
Yes.
Well, here we go. Let's get into it. I'm waiting for you. Don't you do that? Isn't that your thing now? I don't know. I thought you'd take it.
Oh, no.
Please,
okay.
help.
I
Save me.
clicking through, and then here we are. It's Cacao Island, Chocolate Town. Miss Pudding has Chiffon. Chiffon's like a bad person because she's been captured.
Right.
She has to, look like a prisoner, and she's they're getting into the factory to start making the cake. And this whole thing is quite interesting. She uses her power later. I'm just sort of skimming over because it's basically just like, oh, Pudding, it's you. Yes, it's me, and this is how it's going to be.
Yeah,
I'm putting on a facade.
3 pages.
And then it's like, and then we got the introduction of the 31 head chefs of Whole Cake Island, the WCB1, I think.
Yep.
Whole
World
Cake
Chef,
Bitch.
Whole Cake Bitch 1. Yeah, that must be it. Which reminded me of those. Remember all those doctors from Drum Island?
Yeah.
That Wapol had? Yeah, they remind me of that a little bit.
Except they have character designs instead.
That's true. Those guys were all literally the same guy, so that's.
Although that was the joke, but yes.
That's true.
So yes, we're in the sweets factory. They're getting into the building. Said no one is allowed in. We need complete quiet, complete focus. And then she takes the memories of everybody of Sanji being a traitor out of their heads if they had heard that rumor. And now Sanji can come out and he can do the cooking, and this is the big moment. This is the big Sanji moment of the arc. He's gonna cook the fuck out of that cake.
We all suspected that there would be ultimately... Sanji's whole deal is that he's a cook boy. Kicking is like an ancillary thing that doesn't fucking matter, really. He doesn't really give a fuck about. But cooking is his to make a pun, his bread and butter. And here he is. He's finally getting a chance to flex his muscles. And he's going to blow them all away with his incredible cooking talent. Also, Pudding is looking fly as fuck in her cute-ass baker outfit.
Yes.
Sex that body. It's quite good. quite good with her big old ladle.
Oh yeah, it was.
Everything is good.
I remember really enjoying this page 7, where Sanji
Yes.
from smelling the cake knows all the ingredients and wrote it down. Like yeah, I got it. I'm real cool. Lights a cigarette and then immediately, oh, pudding is so cute, and his eyes go crazy. And then in response, she, after being like, yes, we got to do the cake. I'm very serious. And then Sanji goes silly, and then she goes silly in response. It's adorable. I love this dynamic so much.
After seeing this, how could anyone not think that these guys are going to end up together? Like, I've read so many shonen. It's done. It's done. The question is settled at this point. It will be Sanji Pudding forever. There is no going back from a moment like this. This is really... But forget everything that happened before this. This is the one. This kind of obviously reciprocated love rarely happens in shonen, except when the characters are 100%... That's it. It's a done deal. This is a done fucking deal.
It's fucking sick. I love it.
It's great, and I love it. It's hilarious. Pudding has totally earned my respect, not by being like a cool, crazy, super like sneaky, crazy bitch like I thought she was gonna be, but by just being like, why didn't I suspect this? But just by being a great One Piece character and being fucking hilarious and a weirdo, and more importantly, hilarious. It's great. She's hilarious. I love her. She's such a fucking freak. It's fantastic. Oh, this is great. I like everything happening here.
I want to double back. I really love how Sanji could tell all the ingredients with the smell. Like, that's just such a cool, like, everyone's like, oh my god, this guy fucks. This guy knows how to do it.
And, like, you see Chiffon's face when he says that. She's almost horrified at the sheer level of, like, competence this man has. It's bizarre. But you know what? I do want to say... okay, this isn't a strong criticism, but like, goddamn, like, is Sanji really that good at like everything involving cooking? Like, he's making these people, like, their whole lives are cooking, look like fucking idiots. Like, they can't do anything. He is just a god compared to them. But he doesn't,
I mean, he did
That is his
spend
thing.
2 years on the Kamabaka Kingdom Island where he learned cooking. I think he was cooking.
Nobody brings up this enough, but like, what exactly did Sanji do on that fucking island to like actually learn how to cook better? It's never been addressed. I have no idea. Did he actually? Oh, there was like a reference to like he's gonna learn some like healing recipes. Like that was like the little thing that like Emporio mentioned when they were there. But like, what were they? Did he become such a godlike baker in that time? Did he train? Was there a montage? I thought he just ran around wearing a dress. I have no idea.
Yeah, I got I feel like they made like an anime episode of it at some point, expanding on like the cover pages.
I don't trust the fucking anime. The anime's garbage. I trust those stories were addressed in at least some detail in the manga, either in cover pages or in the little bits when the chapters actually focused on them. And yeah, you see Sanji like training with the Okamas, and that was cool. And there was mention of some recipes he was going to learn, but like there was really very little emphasis given to the whole cooking thing during the time, which is reasonable because they need to get like strong so they could survive in the Grand Line and shit in the new world.
Sanji's always been like completely OP. Like, he's always the best cook in every situation he had to be a cook.
Wrong. You're not wrong.
And I guess this is like, big mom chef should know what they're doing, but I don't know. I don't mind it because one, it led up for that joke of him just going crazy over pudding immediately after being really cool, and also it's cool. He's a cool guy.
I really don't want to get too hung up on it, and I'm not because this feels like I feel like we're in a little bit of like storybook world right now in One Piece. Like, things are like fantasy and silly things are happening, and it's like One Piece always has that element to some degrees, and I feel like it's a little bit played up right now, which is fine. I'm adjusting my expectations accordingly. It's like you've got a giant cannibal woman death monster who can control like the fucking ocean and shit, chasing down she can give it like goofy, silly faces and personalities. She can bring them all to life and control souls and shit, chasing like a bunch of pirates who need to whip up a fancy wedding cake so that she'll be like satisfied. Like, this is all so goofy, and I really like it all. So So for me to sit here and be like, oh, well, why exactly is Sanji so good at cooking? Like, does he really... Can we see, like, some training? Can we see some backstory as to how exactly he got to be so good at this? I feel stupid even bringing it up. Like, it's fine. Yes, he's a good cook. I understood. I accept that.
All right.
So, never mind. Never mind. It's all great. And
so
putting
on the
in
next
that outfit
page,
is just so good. I love her. I love her hat.
It's a big poofy hat. Big
And her
floppy hat.
tiggle bitties. Yes.
Yes. Page 9. Sanji, the
Look
guy.
at Sanji's fucking face. Look at Sanji's fucking face in that top panel of page 9. What the fuck is he doing there? I spent so much time looking at this one face. You know what I'm talking about right here?
Which
His, like,
face?
goofy ass eye.
Oh,
so like,
it's page 8 for me, but yeah.
Okay, fine. Whatever it is.
Yeah, he's just sort of like, yes, that you're telling me the story, and I'm just gotta like.
It's my favorite face he's ever made in the entire series.
That should be the thumbnail, just blown up, just that.
I completely agree. I completely agree. We'll blow up just that Sanji. I might multiply him a few times. Just cover the screen in that guy. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, okay. Anyway, they're making a cake. That's
they're making the cake. The next page. I really like the guy. The what is he? Like an animal with a mustache.
An animal dude. Yeah.
It's saying, this is your first project together as husband and wife. And Sanji's like, heh, oh, and Pudding is dead. She's died.
She literally burst into flames. That's,
such passion.
She's bleeding. Internal hemorrhaging has begun in every organ in her body. Oh, it's good.
It's so good. Please stop, she'll die, says Chiffon. She will. This is not like non-diegetic. She is on fire right now.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm sure fans will remember how Sanji these days has a propensity to literally burst into flames himself when, like, his emotions are heated up to a certain degree. So, like, there sure is a lot of similarities between these two guys going on. Oh, and then the next panel when she's going full, like
middle finger.
This is like ultimate tsundere, where she's just, like, literally pretending to be evil despite, like, actually loving the guy.
It's
great.
It's like a level of tsundere that like normal tsundere characters have never tried to go to because it's so silly, and I love it for that.
It's fantastic. It's great. And this is exactly what's great. Like, a normal anime might have, like, a bullshit, terrible tsundere stereotype character, but, like, yeah, One Piece takes it to the fucking extreme and makes a joke out of the whole thing. And that's why it's good. It's very good. I'm sure other series do that too, but, like, the cartoony style of One Piece in particular feels like a great place to, like, make fun of the whole thing and make it all seem ridiculous, which it absolutely does. Oh, it's good. It's very good.
So then they're getting the plans together. You gotta do this, you gotta do that, and I'll do this. I'll add my secret ingredient. Can you guess?
This is jizz.
Yeah.
This is jizz. That's what it is.
Yeah, baby. Big Mom's gonna be all over him.
Okay, wait. Here's my gross theory. What if the Okamas raped Sanji and pumped him full of Okama jizz, and it gave him magical cooking powers?
Where did he keep
and he's
it?
Going to... Because it's good. Because it's good. That's why he kept it. Because it's good shit, dude. You know that.
No, I mean, where did he keep it?
Well, in his rectum, of course. Where else would you keep it? Obviously. It's part of him now. And he's on some bullshit about ultimate sweetness. Whatever, you fucking Mary Sue cooking piece of shit. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Icing sugar in it. It's a secret ingredient. No. Like, whoa. We didn't think about that. Just a big sack of icing sugar on top.
Oh, gross. It's all disgusting. One Piece is rated A for adults only. One Piece now. Okay.
So like this is like the Great British Bake Off, but like One Piece. Mm-hmm. Like they're all real. That they're gonna do it. It's the biggest challenge. It's the final.
It's happening.
The final of the cooking contest.
And I guess they're calling it the Mega Cake. That sounds cool. So is this cake going to be even better? Well, they were saying before that, like, so there's kind of a problem that, like, Big Mom was, like, imagining, like, the most delicious cake ever because she didn't actually get to taste it. So now, like, to satisfy her wrecking ball lifestyle, they need, like, a cake that's beyond her wildest dreams. So the Sanji's here, and they're gonna make the best cake ever, and only his magical gay jizz will save the day. How exciting!
Yes. But meanwhile, in the mirror world, Luffy is. It looked like it was gonna go this way. He's not getting up. He's down. Katakuri is a category above, if you will.
Whoa! God damn! Nice. Damn,
So yeah, he beat up Luffy. Brulee's just sort of fucking around. I don't know. And then
Brulee
he's
continues to be worthless as she has been the entire fucking arc. What a piece of shit. What an absolute worthless character. She's literally an object to be used at the other people's whim. I love it. This is true misogyny is embodied in this character. She makes me hate all women.
I gotta say though, like on that point, I do like how it's an old woman character that's beaten up a lot. You don't usually see that.
Well, to be fair though, you could say that like maybe Oda is being like he wouldn't want like a pretty young girl to be beat up, so he made her old, so it's okay and it's funny that we beat her up. Like someone could make an argument of that, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, I don't care obviously, but I do like watching old women get beat up, so I'm with you on that.
So yeah, Category or Berserk as he's known, is saying, fuck them up. We got more mirrors, and they introduced like these weird long neck, mascarpone and joscarpone of the Charlotte family. I don't know why they felt the need to do that. But
well, actually, if you recall my favorite One Piece character, Lady Amande, she is a snake neck. This has been confirmed in data books, and she, I believe, is the first snake neck character we ever saw in the series, and I love her. She's my wife. And these clearly are also snake neck people, or probably half snake neck because they're Big Mom's kids or whatever. So yeah, there you go, snake neck characters. They're in the series now. And I just want to say, all the weird races that we've seen, like the little dwarves, the minks, the like the guys with the extra joint in their arm, and then the long leg and the long arm tribes, and the giants. All those races were introduced at Shabondi Archipelago on like Disco's slave auction list. They were all there way back in the day when that happened.
Oh, and snakes as well.
Snake necks were there too. Yes, they were. So, and how cool is it that Oda was just like, yeah, I'm gonna just like he came up with those back then. Maybe he didn't have all the details worked out, but way back in Shabondi Archipelago, the groundwork was laid. Way to go, Oda.
It's like really goes to show how much more he's added onto the story as he's been writing it, because he said that like a lot of times. He's like, oh, I keep adding new things, because like he's had this idea for all these different types of races. He probably had little journals like One Piece world, here's the world building, does it all, and then he's like, oh, I could introduce them all at once, but it takes so long in between.
It's so better to space them out to make people really feel like if you introduce one new race per arc, you can really, and an arc takes like a year or two to finish. The audience will just like absorb them, and be like, yes, like these guys, I recognize their unique abilities or something, and yeah, it's just way better than like to dump them all on us at once, because then nobody cares about him. Oda's a smart guy; he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. And, so they have the mirrors. They have, like, they have one more mirror that leads to the Straw Hat ship, which, I don't know whether we thought about this before or discussed this already, about the mirror world, but, like, wondering how many mirrors there are and how far-reaching the mirrors go.
Right.
Like, if it's just on a ship, if the ship sails far enough away, will the mirrors not work? How's it work like that?
It's hard to say. Does this mirror world have access to literally every mirror in the world, do you think?
Yeah,
I don't know, man. Maybe.
It's interesting. I have a feeling it's probably like a certain radius around Brulee because it's her power. But
I feel that way too.
Yeah,
But what about when she's in the mirror world? Where exactly is the locus of power emanating from when she's in the mirror world? She's not in the real world. How spooky. Maybe it's where she last was in the real world? I don't know.
It's a mystery.
As Luffy and the gang would say, a mysterious mirror thing.
The mysterious mirror world.
Indeed.
Oh yeah, I love this panel of Kategori with with his goopy legs all up in the air,
This is like
like a
my
weird
favorite
hydra.
fucking panel. He's so fucking cool. Like he really is just like he's like the Luffy. He's like the Bleach version of Luffy. That's exactly what he is. He's the Bleach version of Luffy introduced into One Piece. Only he's got the One Piece aesthetic, so he's still cool. But yeah, he's like doing all this weird goopy shit. He's making like a million legs and a million arms to punch and kick with at like maximum efficiency. He is so awesome. I love Katakuri. He impresses me more every single chapter he's in just by being such like a practical, like, yeah, like why would I, I know I talked about this before, like why would I like kick you once, pull my leg back and kick you again when I have a devil fruit, I'll just make a bunch of legs, kick it 10 times at once. Bam. Genius. And like the way that, I don't know, like the way all these heels are like stomping down one after another and followed up after like, yeah, he's making the weird Hydra, then stomping him down. This is so cool looking. This is great. This is really, really good stuff. I'm very impressed by this.
I'm really
character in general
wondering
is
how Luffy is going to get out of this. Like he can't really escape.
Yeah.
He's not able to like fight Kategori. I feel like the thing that's going to happen is he's just going to get captured again. Or they're just going to leave him because it's like, fuck you, whatever. You're in the mirror world. You can't escape unless you have Brûlé, and Brûlé's leaving.
I know we talked about this last time a bunch too, but like, Luffy has not revealed all his hands so far. Like, he hasn't used gears or anything fighting this guy. He hasn't used, obviously, Gear 4th is the most powerful form. So Luffy, as of yet, has not gotten truly serious as he's fighting Katakuri here. So I think once, like, his priority right now is, like, making sure everyone gets away safe. I think once that question is finished, and I think it is at the end of this, because he shatters the last mirror, I think. Maybe. Okay, but like, I feel like Luffy right now is distracted by trying to save his friends. As soon as that's done, he's going to be like, okay, now, I have solved that problem. The one problem that remains me is that I now have to defeat this man. And Luffy is wont to be distracted by other things. But then once the only problem before him is I just need to beat up this guy, and then my problems will be solved. That's when Luffy can get truly serious. When he's with like a Rob Lucci situation or an Eneru situation, yes, that's when he can really shine. And I think maybe he'll surprise us. I think that he will use trickery and Gear 4th. I don't think we'll see like a Gear 5th, or anything like that, or anything truly like new. I want to see Luffy just
Super Saiyan.
Yeah, well, I kind of want to just say what I want. Because, like, we've seen Gear 4th, right? We were introduced to Gear 4th at, like, the end of the last arc, and we saw Luffy kind of struggle with it a little bit. What I want to see right now is Luffy being the man who could be the Pirate King. And just don't pull any retarded bullshit superpower, magical hockey, Devil Fruit Awakening shit. Don't pull out any of that from your ass. Just use the skills that you've got and find a way to defeat this man. And that will impress me. That's what Shonen's all about anyway. So, get to it, Oda. This is your bread and butter. Give me a satisfying fight. That's what you owe us. Luffy can fight this guy. Sanji can make that cake. That's how this arc should end. And that's what I want. And it could be really great. So let's see.
Yes, let's see.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing. Meanwhile, or over the place with the Straw Hat ship.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting attacked from all sides. They're getting cannon blasts. They're getting all sorts of things coming at them.
Do you see Brook in the background who'd been hit in the face by a cannonball, and then on the next page you see him just like on fire and just like dying, literally screaming.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even notice the first time I read it, but yeah, he's just like he's getting all fucked up. Oh, it's funny to me.
So yeah, they're in big trouble. Luffy's yelling through to Nami through the mirror shard, break all the other mirrors, because they're shooting flame arrows, which I feel like is kind of an ineffective way. But I guess it's a small mirror, so I don't know what else they could do. But drop
they
a
could
bomb
probably
in
squeeze through. Oh, a bomb? That would be a good idea. I'd recommend that.
But yeah, they're just sort of laughing like hee hee hee. They're fucking.
I think they're just trying to fuck them up, like, because Big Mom's attacking the ship from outside, and like the whole crew's like shooting cannonballs at him. But if they attack from inside, it's like, oh no, we're overwhelmed, attacks from all sides, we're gonna explode and shit. Like they're kind of just trying to like burn up Sunny so that they get all fucked up. So I don't know. They're not trying to like go for the finishing move, I guess, but they should. They should drop a bomb on there. That's what I would do.
So, this is the end of the chapter. This is a big wave coming.
Oh yes.
And he's got a big smile.
He's got a big appetite.
So there's a lot of
For
things
justice.
to unpack. For one, how did Big Mom turn the water into a guy unless it's a big candy thing and it's just, I can't tell because it's a manga.
Mm-hmm.
But like, surely devil fruit shouldn't work on water because it's a devil fruit, right?
Well, okay. So, I'm not as I've seen some people like really questioning this a lot, like on A, and when this chapter came out, people being like, "This doesn't make any sense." This is not the first time we've seen devil fruit users specifically using their devil fruit powers to manipulate water. I mean, the first one that comes to mind is Aokiji. Aokiji has the ability to manipulate water just in the form of ice. So that's at least something he can do. You could make an argument that he has to change it to ice first, and then once it's ice, then he can manipulate it and do stuff like that. And you could make like a much more tenuous case of like Whitebeard makes earthquakes that make tsunamis, but that doesn't really count because his real power is to make earthquakes that then generate tsunamis, so that's different. I mean, I would not really be too phased by her ability allowing her to like instill a soul into water, because like we already know she can do it into a fire, or she can do it into a cloud. To stick like a soul into this water to like bring it to life, it is pretty darn good, pretty fucking powerful, possibly in a game breaking way. And I feel like a lot of the reason why Oda has steered away from like there being any power, like people fucking talk about the meme of the Mizu no Mi. Oh, it'll be the most powerful devil fruit, whatever. It's a shitty meme. Because, and I feel like a large part of that was because I've always thought that like the reason for that is that at the end of One Piece there will be like there have to be impediments to why someone with a devil fruit couldn't just fly to Raftel at the end of the world. And I always thought one of the main things about that was that, like, so devil fruits remove your ability to swim, and they just make, like, life on the sea harder. And so you have to be smart and, like, deal with that, which means you have to rely on boats, and you have to, like, be able to navigate currents in certain ways. And so, like, an ability that would give you the ability just to, like, control water, or, like, just do whatever you fucking wanted in the sea, would be, like, so OP that it wouldn't make any sense why this person couldn't just like go to Raftel right now and become the Pirate King. So right now, this sure looks like a really good way to just get to Raftel if you can just literally bring the ocean to life and just like cruise there. But maybe this is actually like a fruit punch river or something, because they do have like fruit punch in the seas around this place, or something along those lines. It's not actually just water.
Yeah,
but I don't know. We need more information.
It could be, it's got quite a froth. It could be beer or something. But
it's got some weird drippy things in the bubbles. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
what do you think?
Assuming that it is the ocean, I guess I don't have a problem with it. I'm just thinking, how far does it reach? Obviously, she can't control all of the ocean. It must be like a certain distance that this guy exists in. And also, like, does he have limbs, or is he just like a manta ray, like a big manta ray of ocean, just jumping up and trying to jump down at them, just flatten them?
It is unclear. I would guess there's some sort of like hazy edge of like the soul she's instilled into this particular chunk of water. I don't know. This is pretty weird. This is pretty darn weird. And the fact that Big Mom is like standing on top of it. How's she doing that? Devil fruit users sink into water. I don't know. I mean, I guess the wave could itself be like pushing her up somehow, I don't know. I really want to see like the first couple pages of next chapter to see exactly what Big Mom's doing up there in a little more detail. Because this is pretty fucking weird. Pretty fucking weird.
But aside from the weirdness, it's very tense and cool, and Nami actually looks like this is it, Luffy, we're dead. I don't think we can survive this. And they're like, little tears forming. Quite scary.
This is a pretty great, sincere, scary moment. And this is another one of those moments I've really been looking for, of like Big Mom absolutely inspiring terror and showing like this ridiculous level of power. Like fucking tsunamis and shit up to this point have been like Whitebeard territory, and here is Big Mom just making one easily. So yeah, I'm glad to see this kind of shit. This is good. This is fucking intimidating. I really like how Big Mom has developed. She was like a little girl just born with like ridiculous power. And, you know, she was treated like a monster, cast out, but then some people tried to take advantage of her, and they got fucked over because she is a literal cannibal psychopath and will eat you and steal your powers. And now here she is, like this like god level fighter who's just like invincible, who also got this incredibly strong devil fruit power and just uses it with such deadly wild abandon. Yeah, this is fucking great. I'm really excited about this. This is an incredibly tense situation we found ourselves in, and I cannot wait to see how it resolves. And by the way, I just wanted to say how legitimately fucked up Luffy looks, like in the previous panel. He like this. That's one of the panels where it's like, Jesus Christ, he's really gone through some shit. That's good. That makes the whole situation more tense and seem like real stakes are on the table. And yeah, how the fuck are they gonna get out of this one? I guess they could just coup de burst, hopefully, if they get their shit together real fast.
Yeah, I guess that would, but maybe. They already done one of those. I feel like doing another one would be kind of boring.
True.
I'm thinking of like a storytelling perspective, like what would be happening. I feel like it's not likely, but it would be hilarious if, since this ocean, this wave is a homie, Nami could use like the way she manipulated Zeus.
Yes. Zeus, right?
She'd like wave like what are oceans like? I don't know, fish, something.
Fish, yeah.
Or the moon. It's like, hey, the moon.
Maybe she'll pull out a little squirt gun and just spray water in its big old mouth and be like, here's have a drink. It's good.
And something it'll be, and he'll like stop above them and said, "Hey guys, it's me. I'm starting a YouTube channel."
Subscribe to the Wave cast. It's good. Yes, it's me, Wave Guy.
And then they all go surfing. Like something silly could happen because he's a homie.
Like that.
But it's supposed to be very scary. I don't think they're just gonna set it up like this and then not be like. I feel like something Capone, Beji may come and save them, or
that's true too.
They might abandon ship and go into the submarine and something else. Oh, excuse me. Like Jinbei might grab a few of them and then swim away, and then the rest go in the submarine, and then they just have to abandon the ship because there's just they cannot. It's too big. They got to sneak away.
Quite possible. It's hard to imagine them abandoning the Sunny, but yeah, you know, they might have to. I don't know, man. We'll just have to wait till next week and fucking find out.
I'm excited.
I'm extremely hyped. I can't wait to see more Luffy fighting this guy category, and Guts, a Berserk, and I want to see this wave. I want to see the crescendo, the crash, and the explosions. So we will see you next week, everybody, with chapter 881. Thanks for listening. Bye.